Hi, I'm Cameron Coulter, and this is my persuasive speech. Here's my audience. There's 2. The other 4 right there. Alright. It seems today that everywhere you look, you see people on their cell phones. And the interesting thing about phones today is that they're not only used for text messaging and making phone calls, but today's phones are cutting-edge technology right at your fingertips. But of course there are times that you should not be using them, such as when you're driving or on an airplane. But should the classroom be one of these places? I believe that students should not only be permitted to use cell phones, but they should be required to use them. Cell phones don't just allow students to stay connected with families and friends, but they also are a great learning resource, as well as they encourage the responsible use of technology. Most schools have a policy against the use of phones in school, and there was a recent survey done by the Journal of Technology Studies, which I actually have the answers to several of the questions right here, which I'll pass around. My audience can see that. In the survey, 84% of principals stated that their school has a policy regarding cell phones, and of those, 24% allowed their students to use cell phones. This percentage is shockingly small to me, seeing that we are living in a world of technology, and I believe that we should embrace that even in the classrooms. And there are many tools on our phones that can be used in the classroom, such as students can use the calculator function in math class, or they could use maps or location services in geography, or even use a dictionary or encyclopedia in language arts. And there's other applications such as calendar or notepads, which can allow students to stay on track with their assignments and their classes. And phones can also be used as quick access to websites for research or supplemental learning in the classroom. Students can also use phones to stay in touch with family and friends. Students can call home if they are not feeling well and need to be picked up, or if they left an assignment at home, or even if they need some lunch money. And cell phones are also, they allow the parents to keep track of their children before and during and after school, seeing that there have been various dangerous situations throughout the country happening recently in schools. It's always good to be able to keep track of your children and make sure that they're safe if there is a dangerous situation. So of course the reasons against having phones in school usually come in the same category. Opposers usually say that students will be distracted in class by texting friends or by playing games. And they even also say that phones can be used to cheat in class on exams because students can text the answers to each other or take pictures of the material and then use it during the test. And if we want to change these policies to be able to allow phone use, there are going to have to be some rules. So the solution we need is not so cut and dry yes or no whether to using phones in school. Students will be exposed to the responsible use of technology by learning when and how to use their cell phones to enhance their learning. They will become more independent in their work and more motivated to learn. And in a recent article, Jennifer Carey says, "A good rule of thumb for any classroom use of cell phones is that the lesson or activity must be engaging as well as productive. If the students don't enjoy what they're doing, they will be more tempted to use their phones inappropriately." Students like being allowed to make choices, and they need to understand the consequences. If with this new policies, if students are using their phones during class or something, or if their phones go off, phones should be put on silent or vibrate, or if they distract the class, teachers can take them and keep them for a little while. And if it becomes, and before a test, teachers can take up their phones beforehand so that they won't be allowed to possibly cheat on the exams. So by allowing the use of phones, students will feel like they're being treated like young adults. And if teachers are patient, understanding, and consistent with their rules, the students will surely become responsible users of their phones. And Mark Geary says in one of his essays, "Students need to be practicing the 21st century skills that they will need in the near future. Everywhere in the world, except in schools, Cell phones are being used to achieve what are considered essential 21st century skills of collaboration, communication, and innovation. So in conclusion, if we want to make these changes, we need to put forth the effort. Those willing to take action can get involved with their local school district and propose their new ideas regarding cell phone policies. And there are meetings that will allow our voices to be heard and allow us to make the difference, and together we'll be able to make that change. Thank you.
Thank you.